Welcome back to eating and playing Flesh and Blood every single day until Worlds. That's right, we still got 3 months of this before Worlds, and I'm very excited, of course. Cheers to all you coffee drinkers out there, the Azalea cult, praise be. If you want to actually get one of these mugs, let me know. I did actually try and sell them at some point, but nobody wanted them. But before we go into it, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. You'll be notified of my face every single day until Worlds. And thank you very much to all the patrons, and thank you very much to everybody who likes and subscribes and all that good stuff. It really does go a long way, especially. And thank you for all the comments on the videos as well. One of the comments that I had was it yesterday? I'm actually going to mention now because it was nice and it was encouraging as well, because I'm not the only one who does this, clearly. Despite having a bit of adversity early on, albeit the adversity was kind. It's nice to see other people doing this. So this was, let me just double check. I think it was actually on the first video. The first video is doing pretty well, 200 plus. Well, going on to 200 views, and now it's teetering off a little bit. Chris Stecker 8452, thanks for your comment 6 hours ago, saying, I've been on the carnivore diet for about 2 months and I've lost 30 pounds so far. Keep it up. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this for 3 months, essentially. So how many pounds can I lose? I'm not really going to be tracking the weight loss. I'm rather going to be doing it based on how I feel and clothes that don't really fit or I'm uncomfortable in at the moment. So there's a couple of Hugo Boss t-shirts that don't really fit me at the moment. They're a bit too tight, and I bought them. It was two Hugo Boss shirts for £75. I bought them, took them home, and I put them on. And I was like, fuck me, it's just not working. So yeah, once I can get into those Hugo Boss shirts, I'm hoping that by Worlds in November we can be wearing those Hugo Boss shirts. So if you see me in a Hugo Boss shirt at Worlds, you know I've completed my goal. But hey ho, hey diddly ho ho, we digress. I think I'm going to be doing these videos more in a sequential order. As you can see, I've made my coffee and stuff, and I'm about to do my breakfast, which is just going to be 2 eggs today, maybe 3 this morning. So I might do a little video after this with the breakfast. Might do it in a more sequential, ordered fashion this time, with a little bit more edits. But on Thursdays I just have more time because I don't start work until 12 on Thursday, so I can actually do a little bit of editing and stuff in the morning, which is quite good. Yeah, still experimenting with how I want these videos to turn out, because at the moment it's very much me just sitting down and then playing a game of Talishar with a couple of clips thrown in. Might try and make it more interesting, but yeah, doing this every day is tough for editing and time-wise. So I should have to just get it in when I can. But hopefully going to be more sequential, these videos going forward. But nice bit of news as well. You might have seen it on day 3, actually yesterday, is I had a massive post order. It's not Flesh and Blood related, but it is D&D. Look at all this. All these D&D books. So we've got Monsters of the Multiverse, which basically goes over all of the races in Dungeons and Dragons. The DM Dungeon Master's Guide if I want to make my own campaigns. A lot of tips in there. The Monster Manual, the original one, so all the monster creatures. There's also creatures and other weird stuff in Monsters of the Multiverse as well. Player's Handbook, which is obviously key to creating your characters, and obviously 2 expansions with Tasha's Cauldron of Everything and Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Just a little bit of inside information for people that are still watching, people that are interested in these daily updates from me. I am going to be doing more D&D content on the channel. In the form of sessions, in the form of character creation, and just exploring all of these things in D&D. Because I think D&D is just absolutely awesome. You know, the open-endedness of the game and of the creation of the world and everything. It speaks to me in a way that no other game really does. Baldur's Gate hooked me into it because that game is just absolutely sick. I've actually completed my favourite character's story arc now. I actually did a tweet about it earlier. I completed the Daughter of Darkness character arc, and it felt like after I'd done that, because I was so attached to the character, that I'd completed the game. There is a video on the channel actually explaining the character journey. So I'll flash it up in the top right or something. If you want to go and watch that, please go ahead. That was a long video, but yeah, I felt like I completed the game because the story arcs of the characters are just so intense, and you get so involved with the characters that becomes the reason you're playing the game, and that is just so good. That's what Flesh and Blood has, really, isn't it? It's the character investment situation, but that is also an issue as well. We covered it on the Living Legends podcast recently. Again, I'll flash up the video because it was a fantastic discussion, probably one of the best discussions we've ever had, because there was a lot of conflicts and opinions on certain things. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. We're going to make some breakfast in a moment. You might see some footage in a bit. Then we're going to take a walk around the lake, so I'll show you the sort of lake around the local area. Then we're going to come back. We have to do a 12 to 8 shift. Then obviously we're going to have some food. We're defrosting at the moment some pork steaks for lunch. And then for dinner we're going to have a singular steak with more eggs, I expect. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah. After this, we're just going to go and have a walk around the lake after we've cooked our pork steaks.
One of the podcasts I listen to on walks and in life in general is Abroad in Japan, baby. Great podcast. Definitely recommend. So just had a nice little walk around the lake, and that's the good thing about wherever you live. Normally there is like a nice place you can just go to, just walk and just get some fresh air. Luckily I've got a nice little lake that I can walk around, but heading back home now, and yeah, that's pretty much as interesting as this day gets. So hopefully today's vlog has been a little bit more interesting, because let's be honest, normal people's lives from a day-to-day basis, people that work normal jobs, is pretty much just like this industrial state, just fucking bland. You know, you walk through the industrial state to get to the lake, you know, you walk through it to get to the thing on the other side, sometimes mostly the weekends where we can actually do stuff that we enjoy, right? Real life is just not really that interesting if you are in one of those sort of office-based environments. But hey ho, I digress. I hope this vlog has been a little bit more interesting today. Thursdays can be where I capture a lot more content in the morning, because I start at 12 today at my normal job. So hopefully it's a little bit more interesting. But again, you know, every single day I'm gonna be doing this every single day, so I'm gonna try and experiment with the format a little bit, maybe make it more sort of sequential in how the order goes rather than just being sat at the desk. But yeah, heading home now, so probably just gonna have some eggs because they're probably cooled down by now. I've already ate the pork that I cooked. That was my breakfast. Yeah, I'm gonna have a few eggs throughout the day, and then work up until 8 o'clock. I've already recorded the Talishar game, so you'll see that in a minute after this. But thanks again for everybody who's subscribed, liked the videos, click the notification bell for notifications of when my face goes live. I'm sweating right now. And thanks again to all the patrons who make this worthwhile. Thank you very much. Let's get to the Talishar game now, I think. So hello, welcome back to the Talishar game for today. This game is actually being done in the morning, and I'm just going to put it on the end of the video today. I'm just going to get it done now, so I don't have to worry about just trying to splice it all together later. But of course, we're playing Azalea. This is early morning, so I imagine we're probably going to be getting sort of Asia, Australia people playing in the evening, that side of the world, if we are going to get an opponent today. But yeah, obviously running Levi's list. I think he's made a few changes to it since this one, with I think the D-Reacts being cut by 1. So at the moment there's 6 D-Reacts in there. I think he's cut one of them and added in a Frailty. But yeah, this is it at the moment. We are going to make our own little changes to it as well. There's a couple of things that I personally like that aren't in here, like Endless Arrow. I do like that. Sometimes maybe more so over Searing Shot. But yeah, Searing Shot has been very good when I have used it, and there's only the one of there as well, so that can just be experimented with. But apart from that, sigils again are very, very good as well. Levi did a huge spiel in the Go Again Gaming Discord, links in the description box below as to why these are in there. And if you ever have any questions as well, he's a fantastic person to go to about Azalea. I mean, I'm just a guy that loves the character and invested in the actual character and the theme and everything. I love the deck, of course, and I do feel like I pilot it at a fair enough level. But yeah, the master is definitely Levi's. Go check him out when you can, and yeah, ask any questions. But there we're not getting any opponents at the moment, so who knows whether we're even going to play a game today, like this early in the morning. But I guess we'll find out very, very soon. But I hope everyone's doing well. It's a Thursday today, and this video is being recorded obviously in advance. So this is the morning of. I haven't even had my breakfast yet. I've still got the coffee that you saw earlier, the Azalea Cult in the Azalea Cult mug, the Brazilian mountain-grown fertile soil coffee, as it were. There we go. I can just give you some ASMR slurping coffee content in the meantime, right? That's right, baby. I love it. But yeah, Flesh and Blood every single day, eating and playing until Worlds comes around. Is going to be an interesting journey. Can't wait to see what the sort of end result is, and the hiccups that we have along the way as well. Right? You know, it's not going to be all sunshine and daisies. If you care about, you probably don't care about this, but toilet movements have been next to none in the last couple of days. And that's because all of the stuff that I'm putting into my body is being used as energy. That is just it. There is no waste, essentially. There's no waste at all. If you're eating just fucking eggs, pork, steaks, and the like, there's no waste because it's just all protein. It's just stuff that your body can digest, you know, without having to excrete it, you know. Not that you probably needed to know that, but if you're this far into the video, then you don't care. You obviously don't care about that, and that's great. I like that. That's great. That's fantastic. You don't care about the squeamy details. You want to know the squeamy details, which is good. That's a sign of a strong character who's here to the end. So thank you. I don't think we are going to get an opponent, to be honest, unless we've set a public, private match. There's loads of Classic constructed there. There's loads of it. So we're just gonna. There's loads of Classic constructed. I could just join a game, but I'd rather someone join my game because I'm a snob. But yeah, all is good in the world. All is good in the world. Should we have a look, see what's going on Twitter while we're waiting? This is great. This is great, isn't it? Fantastic. This is great. Oh, we've had a notification. Fluke and Box likes my post. So I posted about Baldur's Gate earlier. Oh, here we go. I can turn this off now. Oliver! Okay, good luck, have fun, Oliver. So do we want the Perch Grapplers? Probably... Shut up. Alexa just decided to turn itself on. So we want the Frailties here. We probably do want the Sink Belows. Sleep Darts are also very, very good. And we probably do want the Sink Belows and maybe the Fateful Scenes. Maybe even Sigil. Should we try Sigil? Should we try Sigil? I think we run a 65 card deck here because And should we run the perch as well? This could be a crap decision, but we're going to give it a go nonetheless. Sigil in the starting hand. There we go. Lovely old job. And then we can block with the. We only have the one arrow though, which is the issue with this hand. But they're going first. They're coming in for the E-strike. We can just block this out and draw. But they're just going with the buff power. Fair play. We can just block then. We'll block it all. We will block it all, baby. And then we're just going to sigil, gain some life. Draw up. Lovely old job. And then we can go with the Death Whistle line here already. And no, we can't aim counter it because we don't have the aim counter thing, so that's fine. So we're just going to do this. We're going to put the E-strike in our arsenal. We are going to choose. Should we choose red in the ledger? Should we choose red in the ledger? I think we do, don't we? Yeah. Reload the Enlightened Strike. We're going to Braces of Belief to give it +2 on the next attack. And then we're going to fire away. Pitching this. So this is coming in for... Huh? Oh, no. There we go. There we go. I got too hasty. So it's coming in for 7 dominate with a potential combat trick over the top. So they are going to be maybe a Fateful Scene. Frailty Trap. Okay. So we'll trade raises it then. Fine. Take 2. Take 2. 1 action. I mean, Red in the Ledger doesn't really do much against Uzuri because they can still do the switcheroo thing, so you're probably better off getting Sleep Darts. I mean, you're probably better off getting Sleep Darts on this. Let's pass. Go on, crack your Black Text. Go on. Alright, sink below then. Cool. Right. So we just load in the Bolt and Shot with Premeditate with Blood Rot, I think. Seven go again if it hits reload. We can't do anything with the reload though, unfortunately, because we don't have the resources, but still threatening a Ponder. Doesn't really matter because we still got the Remorseless. And we got the purchase, so we can be a little bit more reserved here. They are going to take the damage. Holy hell! All right. We still have go again. We still have a Ponder, so we could just switcheroo this. Oh no, we can have a look first. That can go to the bottom. We'll activate Azalea blindly. Bolt and Shot. Let's go again. 4 dominate. Still got the Ponder going as well, which is nice. So they're going to take that as well by the looks of it. Yeah, out of the arsenal. If this is a Warmongers, we die. No. Alright. 5 go again. Okay. What do we have in our graveyard? So we can Codex next turn. We can chuck a Drill Shot in there. We can chuck at least 1 Drill Shot in there, can't we? So... I think so, yeah. Yeah, we can chuck 1 Drill Shot under this. Go down to 41. Now we're coming in with a Hurl. Okay, for 3 go again. Interesting, we'll take it. E-Strike, 4 go again. Fine, it's just raw damage at this point, so that's fine. Fine, yeah, no probs. Banishing a Bolt and Shot. Okay, so they do get a silver token. That's fair enough. So we're going to flip up the Skullbone to have a look at the top card. Hopefully it's a buff of some sort. No. It's Bolt and Shot. We want that. I think we probably do. We can go wide with that, can't we? Because we can play the Codex and get another thing out into play as well. Which, do we have a Sleep Dart in our arsenal? No. In our graveyard? No. So it just depends whether we want this or not, really. We don't have Snapdragon, so I think we probably do want this. We can't access that, though. That's a problem because if we play the Seek and Destroy out, Do we have a bolt and shot on our graveyard? Yeah, we do. Okay, that's fine then. So that can stay on top, I think. No, because that doesn't matter at that point. Just put that to the bottom. Let's play out the Seek and Destroy first. Then we want to use the Tunic to activate Death Dealer, put in a card and draw a card, but we can't give it Go Again. That's the problem. Because we don't have Snappies, we have Perch. So we have to, at this point, we have to use Codex to get the Go Againer. So let's just do that. Give them a Frailty. I guess we have to discard the Infecting. But that's fine. I guess we don't have an Infecting in our graveyard yet, so we can Codex it out another time later if we want to. They're putting something back into their arsenal. Probably going to be Eradicate, perhaps. I think that's one of the... Maybe E-Strike. They've used 2 E-Strikes. Maybe they want to put one back. Plunder the Paws going back in. Alright. Okay. And then we can fire this Bolt and Shot. For 7 Go Again. If it hits, destroy hand and arsenal. And then we still got the Tunic to load in the Drill Shot and draw the card, the other card on top. And replace it with Ponder, which is pretty good. Okay, so they are blocking that. That's fine. Fair enough. So they are blocking Seek and Destroy. Drill Shot, and that's a good card to see on the arsenal because it's good to block. But they only have 1 card, so they can't do anything anyway. So we're just going to Arsenal the Knock, I think. Unless it's okay, right. What do we have in our graveyard? We don't have any E-Strikes in our graveyard, so we can block with... Do we care about the mill? We can just use a Sink Below, can't we, here? Yeah, we should Sink Below. Yeah, we'll choose a Sink Below. We'll probably sink... What have we got? Knock. We want to try and draw a buff off this, so we're going to use the Sink Below. We're going to turn the Remorseless into something else. It's a Sigil. Alright, we might as well play that then. Gain some life. Okay! Do we just Rabble and E-Strike? Do we just go for damage here, or do we go for the Dominate? Now, they can block 1, 2... They can block 2 on field and 1 from hand, which stops the Dominate, so I don't know whether that's probably worth doing. We can have a look first. Let's have a look and see what's on top. It's an E-Strike. Okay. Yeah, so if we leave that on top, we can Rabble first of all for 4, and then we can put the E-Strike into our arsenal and play the E-Strike with the draw a card to get the arsenal back. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Searing Shot. Okay. Just going for 10. All right, that's fine. We're still on the play. We're still on the play. That's no problem at all. Bolt and Shot on top. Okay. I guess we'll leave it there. Then we'll play a... Oh, we could do the Dominate. We could do the Deadeye thing here. So I think that's probably best to do that. Isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yes. "12 Dominate. If it hits, I choose a card and discard it. And you have to blow up your hand and arsenal next turn." It's not a nice one, is it? That is not a nice one. Bye-bye, Eradicate. See you later. They can do nothing on their turn. Get rid of your D-Reacts, mate. Get rid of them. Lovely old job. Okay, so now we've got a Sleep Dart. So let's load in the Sleep Dart, see what we draw off Death Dealer first, see what we're working with there as well. They haven't been able to do any Aziri things this turn. This game, sorry. Still got a 10 life lead on the play as well, which is pretty backbreaking. The Deadeye thing really did hurt them there. They couldn't even crack back with the Eradicate. So we're going to put the Sleep Dart in. Do we just go for damage? Do we just go for damage at this point? Blood Rots? I think so, maybe. Yeah. Just go for damage. Oh, baby. Look at that. That is outrageous. That is absolutely outrageous. Okay, so do we just pump it up further? So it's going down by... So they've blocked 4 of it so far, right? So it's going down to a 4 damage attack. So we can bump it up again with Deadeye and then maybe just use the... I don't know what to do here. Should we try and combat trick it? They're going to get 2 Blood Rots. So let's just try and combat trick it. So it's coming in for 8, but they prevented 4. But if we combat trick it, they still get 2 Blood Rots. So I think that's probably the best thing to do. So they're blocking for 5. So let's do the Rain Razors, and they'll... So if we do Rain Razors, they're blocking for 5. Yeah, I think Rain Razors still sneaks over 1 damage, right? Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, so they get 2 Blood Rots now. Yeah. There we go, 2 Blood Rots. Take 4. Unlucky. Let's have a look. So we've got Rain Razors on top, so we could do just a big Bolton shot here. Yeah. Three go again. Ten with Blood Rot and Ponder on hit. Sink below. Yeah, fully blocked. Okay, so we can knock the Death Whistle for a card. Probably worth using the Remorseless with this. So they can't de-react from Arsenal, in case that's what they've got. So give this Dominate. No. Then we'll lace it with Inertia. 8 Dominate. If it hits, their action cards cost them life, and they can't play de-reacts from Arsenal. So just using that evasion here to try and get around that card that's been in the Arsenal for a while. So they are going to take 5 unless they have other de-reacts in hand. Oasis, so they are going to take 1 still here. And they have an Inertia. Okay, so they do have the option of milling, which is interesting. Let's Remorseless. So we could give our arrows go again for the turn with Perch now. We could do that and then come in with maybe an E-Strike for 7. So if we use this... So if we fire this So if we use this... No, I'm not going to have enough, are we? Excuse me. So if we use this, that's going to give this go again, which is going to cost us this. So if we use this for that, play that, that means we've got nothing else after that, unfortunately. Fuck. Do we just activate Azalea blindly, see what we can get? what's the odds of it being a D-react? If it's a D-react, we just lose at that point. So I guess we just have to use this. We're on higher life, so we don't have to worry about chucking boatloads of cards at him, I don't think. So let's just fire Remorseless for 5. They can still block quite a lot. That's the issue. They still got loads of cards in deck against ours. And they might be able to threaten some damage now, but if they do take a hit, their actions cards are still going to cost them a life. We still have block on field with Perch Grapplers as well. We just didn't really have the resources to be able to play. If we had a blue there, we would have been able to Perch Grapplers and then fire 2 arrows, which would have been the pivotal play. So we are going to chuck a Remorseless in the arsenal here. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Looking for a scrap, so 5 go again. We don't care about the raw damage here. CNC. So what's our follow-up? It's an E-Strike and then some other stuff, isn't it? So I guess we block for 6. Okay, so we've got the Remorseless in our in our arsenal, so we can play the E-Strike and the Remorseless, which is key to threatening lethal. So that's the thing to do, right? So 5 go again, followed by whatever this is, 4 go, 4. But they can just block for days now. That's the problem. Okay, so this is going to be the issue. They're just going to be able to block everything now. I need to find Dominate rather than anything else, because they can just block all of my cards now. I was on that train for so long with regards to just kitting them constantly, but now when it gets towards the end, they can just block. They haven't used many of their cards. They can just block and prevent damage here. So that's going to be the issue. It's going to be the long game. So I think I need to think about trying to get Dominates through. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to punch through this now, unfortunately. We should be going for Dominates. There we go, leave that on top. $14 Dominate. That's what we need to be seeing. That's what we need to be seeing now, is the big dominated attacks. And we haven't really used. Okay, GG. There we go then. So luckily we got there at the end with the big dominated attacks. It was a little bit sort of just acting in the moment. That's what I do here on Go Again Gaming. I act in the moment. They're not even saying good game back. So fuck you. You lost. I won. But yeah. So luckily, just going through the motions of Azalea there. Luckily, just getting the read the glide path to reveal that red in the ledger at the end there was key to just putting through that 14 dominated red in the ledger right at the end there for the win. And as a result of that, they just conceded and didn't say good game, good game, good game, good game. But until next time, excuse me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you do it all over again tomorrow. And that's going to be Friday, baby. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Cheers. I should say as well before I end, thank you very much for all the patrons out there. You're all doing a fantastic job of supporting this channel. It makes a massive difference to me as well, and your names are flashed up on the screen again. Thank you very much, and
hopefully you see some value in the patronage now with these daily videos coming through. And yeah, still have to do all the Patreon mail outs as well, so forgive me for my lack of action on that, but I'm still waiting for some other art to come back. I just love getting the art these days from the Go Again Gaming channel artist. So still waiting for those bits to come back before I print some more tokens and some more cards to send out to you. But again, thank you very much, and consider doing that if you like what you see here. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and we'll see you do it all over again tomorrow here on Go Again Gaming. Cheers.